Hey everyone, I've had the chance to scope test a 2006 Chevy Impala with a 3.5K motor. Rough running, stumble, stall, hesitation, long crank, sometimes a crank no start. This is a common problem. I've seen it before. I don't take credit for finding this. Actually, Identifix found this in the previous times that I've tested it. But I did have a chance to put the scope on there and share with you guys what I found. Okay, we've got a 2006 Chevy Impala. It's not running too good if you can hear this. Start, crank start and stall. And we're going to go into data and take a look at the crankshaft sensors. I want to see a crankshaft position sensor, the camshaft position sensor. Wouldn't hurt to take a look at the engine speed too. We'll hit show and then graph these. So taking a look at data as we go to crank and start this thing. It does feel like it's got a misfire all of a sudden, but it's running. And it wasn't doing that before. Our engine speed is showing 0 though. Interesting, huh? So I'm going to go over here, try to start it one more time. Now we've got it. So we're showing crankshaft position sensor, camshaft position sensor, and engine RPM is 0. And there we go. Our crankshaft position sensor, the Hall effect, the signal is going to be the white and black wire. And so we're looking for terminal 63 and white and black. Now, the good news is this is pretty easy to get to. All right, so let's see what we got here. Take a look, see if we're getting anything reading. So we're seeing this is on an auto scale. This is just an oscilloscope, so it's showing us what it sees here, and you know, so we definitely have some sort of signal, and that looks all crazy and dirty, but that's really what's going on in a vehicle. I mean, it's just for real, but it's on auto, so this is in millivolts. I mean, if you check this out, we can drop a ruler really easily. So, and this will measure. So the difference between there is 56 millivolts. I mean, that's nothing. So what we want to do is we're going to set this up for, let's set this up for a bigger time sweep of like say 100, not 100 seconds division, that's too much. We can go like 1 second division. So that's going to give us a 10-second sweep. And then our Hall effect should be 0 to 5 volts, right? So the best thing we can do is go to, we can set this up for, you always want to go about double what you're trying to look at. So, and then we can drop this down because we're expecting to have a positive voltage, right? So, and why is this? I can bring this up a little bit to a better spot. So the difference between there and there is 10 volts. I'm going to clear our rollers because we don't want to look at them. And now let's go ahead and see what we get. So I just stopped it. So let's take a look and we can zoom right in on this. First thing you always want to do is save. If you don't save it, I've been too quick to mess up and ruin it and be gone. So that's why Chevy. Once we get this in, it'll be for this vehicle, but it's just good to save it. Impala. Okay, everyone. So here's that file we had for that 2006 Chevy Impala, and I would like to take a second to take a look at that, and we can compare what we have, good versus bad here. So this is that waveform that we had captured, and if we just take a section and zoom in on it, take a section like that and zoom in, and then keep on going a little bit closer and closer. As you see, you can tell when we have a pattern that we should have the missing tooth or teeth in the crankshaft. As we go here, sometimes we get a very erratic pattern, and it's not a normal thing going on. Bunch of hiccups and misses. As you see here, we're stuck. I shouldn't say stuck, but it goes high, then low over here, then high here, and just getting a look, trying to get an idea of what we're looking at. We can drag out our RPM rulers. 1 and 2, and if this is 360 degrees, we'll type that in, and then we can drag out our measuring rulers, and we should be, if that's 360 degrees, it's showing an RPM of about 895 RPM. This engine was surging up and down. I believe that's good. But I'm looking at this low spot, so we got 1 revolution of the crankshaft right here. But if we continue and move along, you're seeing we have random things going on. We have this stuck high, stuck high. If we keep on moving along our pattern, it goes low, and then gets stuck high again. So there's definitely something going on here. And I knew what the problem was, as I said before. Rust underneath the crankshaft will cause all kinds of weird stuff to happen on this vehicle. So this was a bad pattern for sure, and you can have dropouts right here. Check this out. This is definitely not normal. We should not see this in a crankshaft position sensor. And this is the good pattern. And I can X out of this so we can zoom out all the way, and we can take any section we want, and just we'll clear our rulers right away. From the zoomed out view, you can see we don't have the irregularities that we had in the other one. But if I just take a section here and get in here and zoom in a little bit, let's minimize this. But looking at this, we don't have any of those we don't have any of the patterns going high or low. This is very regular. We can also scroll through, like, I'll go back in. We can go just scroll over and look at this and take a look. I don't see anything odd going on here. It's very repeatable, and there's no dropouts. Also, here is a good comparison. I tried to line up the missing tooth on each of these. Now, this was just from 2 screenshots. This wasn't using a scope, but just so you could see where the dropouts were on this. So we're going to take a look at our crank and our cam, and then let's take a look at the engine RPM too. And show, and then graph and merge, and that's running pretty smooth there. No dropouts, and it's steady, so that's great. And then save as, and then we'll just say good. I would say this is good. Alright guys, I hope you can see by this video that the scope caught something that we aren't going to be able to see with just a multimeter or guessing and throwing parts at the car. I've heard of stories of people putting engines in for this problem because they don't know what's going on. Appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. I hope you're learning something. I told you I was going to bring you along as I learn about doing more scope testing, and I have a lot of stuff to upload from the previous week. So I'll probably put together one big video and just go over screenshots and little tidbits of information. If you guys think that would be good, comment, let me know. I'm going to have a chance to play with a ATS eScope 4 Elite. I haven't had a chance to work with one of those scopes yet, but I'm hoping to learn a lot, and I'll hopefully be coming back with a review if I get a chance for that. Thanks a lot. Please leave your comments below. Have a great day, guys.